Hey guys, it's me, Video Person 102. Today I am singing a guide that you kind of be into as long as reading chapters 1 through 4 from New Rules. See, I've noticed that a couple of people just like my reading videos, so I'm kind of incorporating a little bit of my other videos into my reading videos so they get attracted and I can get more subscribers. Please subscribe. I want subscribers. I'm kidding. It's not just about subscribers. It's just reading is boring and I want to sing. It's going to be terrible. This is like only my third time singing at karaoke. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. That's enough of that. I can't sing for my life. Time to read New Rules by Bekka911. Because, you know, there are a few things that Logan couldn't comprehend. He could understand any math that came his way. He knew the rules and regulations inside and out. And he could find a solution to most problems easily. As he stared at the table, he listened of incomprehensible. This is why I can't play Logan. He uses big words. I know big words too. Saxophone. Incomprehensible things grew by one. What is that? He asked slowly. A stack of pancakes, Virgil said smartly, his smirk growing as Logan frowned. Roman interrupted, clapping his hands together. That, my Scooby Noob, is my greatest creation. Logan stared at the stack of golden pancakes and couldn't fathom why. The breakfast food was covered in honey that dropped into the plate lazily, and there were marshmallows stuck to the top and sides. Logan was also sure that there was cotton candy, fairy floss, whatever, sticking up in tufts. It looked like a shortcut to diabetes. If they could get such a thing, of course. He took a deep breath, almost choking on the overwhelming aroma of the monstrosity. Even if we aren't technically corporeal, a balanced breakfast is not a requirement. Roman finished, grinning triumphantly. Just try some, Logan. Maybe you'll like it. Logan shook his head. Most certainly not. I cannot imagine Patton would agree to such an unhealthy. Oh my goodness gracious! Logan sighed. He should really learn to stop saying responsible things like that. He always ended up wrong. He hated being wrong. Patton all but flew towards the stack of death by sugar, wide-eyed and drooling. Roman, this is amazing! He gushed, and Roman's chest puffed out in pride. Oh, no, that's Patton. Can we eat it? Of course, the Rolla said, and cutlery appeared in Patton's hands. Where else would I create such a beauty? Instantly, Patton stared at the stack of pancakes, Virgil and Roman joining them after a moment of smugness. Cutlery appeared in Logan's hand, but he shook his head and set it down, backing away from the table and strange people at it. I refuse, the logic said, raising his hands. I simply will not partake in consuming such a foolish, unhealthy meal. Roman squinted at him. You're always saying no, Microsoft nerd, he said shrewdly. You gotta try some silly things sometimes. Dream a little. Dreams are usually logically flawed and statistically impossible, Logan told him, but Roman was already back to stuffing his face with sugar and unhealthiness. Logan sighed and rubbed his face. He didn't know why he tried. Giving the table a wide berth, he proceeded to put together a bowl of granola, 2 pieces of toast with jam, and a tall glass of orange juice. It was much better than for him to eat a stack of pancakes literally dripping with sugar and preservatives. Logan shuddered to even think about what it would do to an average person. If Thomas ate that, he'd be severely sick. That's such a boring breakfast, Roman called at him, again stopping his ravenous attack to watch his logical friend. Come on, Logan, just try this. Yeah, Logan, Patton supplied. Logan let out a long breath. No, he said simply. Before they could speak again, he walked away, aiming for his room. He was in the mood to work on some puzzles, perhaps a Sudoku while he was eating to help wake his brain up. He felt quite sluggish this morning, and that would not do. Thomas needed him sharp. His room was fairly isolated, which he enjoyed, as it meant he was less likely to receive visitors that interrupted his thinking time. As he shut the door behind him, he took a moment to appreciate the silence and order of his room. His bed was tucked in the corner, the sheets perfectly tucked in and covered without a wrinkle. His walls were white, of course, and there was a crisp white desk pushed against the wall opposite his bed. That was a tongue twister. Oh my gosh. He set his tray of food on it, glancing down at his neat stack of paper pile on his side. It was finances for Thomas, half planned. He needed to finish those. Right now? No, but not right now. Typically, a brain was not working at full capacity until 10 a.m., so he had a full hour to fill before he could work efficiently on such things. He pulled out a Sudoku book and pen. Taking a sip of orange juice, he started with the number 3. Let's go, fam. Let's make it to chapter 5. Maybe. Don't quote me. If I don't make it to chapter 5, don't kill me. It was 11:12 a.m. Logan put away his Sudoku and stepped outside his room. Roman, he called, straightening his tie. He needed to talk to the royal about some video planning that he had neglected until now. It wasn't entirely Roman's fault, and Logan had reasoned that with the incident with Dallin still fresh in his memory, it would take the prince a little time to regain complete control of himself and his duties. There was a soft pop. You called? Roman said, sketching a bow. Okay, there's many meanings that sketching a bow can mean. It's either he's wearing a bow and it looks nice, or he could literally have a sketch pad and be drawing a bow because he's freaking creativity, or it can mean he has a bow and arrow, or he's drawing a bow and arrow. Like, what does sketching a bow mean? Please tell me. Please. Ah, yes. It has come to my attention that video prep has been neglected and scheduled for the next video. The time needed for the whole recording must be altered. Do you have the data for the video prep? Roman grinned, a piece of paper appearing in his hand. 10 minutes, he read before the paper vanished. Thomas also will take longer on editing by about 15 minutes. Logan frowned slightly, running the numbers in his head. What time does that take the whole process to? He asked. Roman shrugged carelessly, less smug. You're the living calculator. You should get the numbers, right? Logan scowled, even as he added the extra time and adjusted the whole process in his head. I am not a robot, he said eventually, ignoring the small pinprick of hurt that flared in his chest. Here, he can turn the whole video plan onto a piece of paper, complete with time frames. Gives this to Thomas. Thanks, Thanks? What's thanks? I'm a bisco girl. Okay, I'm having way too much freaking fun with this. Thanks, Logan. Prince smiled brightly before leaning in slightly, resting his hand on the logical side's shoulder. Look, I know you're Mr. Logical Lottery, but if you should loosen up a little, eh? If you have any dreams or a wish list you want to fill, I can help. Logan shook off Roman's hand and stepped back. I do not waste time on such trivials such as dreams, he said. I lived in reality. Wait a second, I lived in reality. That means that he doesn't live in reality anymore. Foreshadowing! Ow, I hurt my hand. Roman sighed. Okay, fine. I'll get this to Thomas. Thanks, Logan! He disappeared with another soft pop, and Logan let out a frustrated breath, taking his glasses off and rubbing the bridge of his nose. Roman did not mean to press on such a sensitive matter, but Logan couldn't help but believe the royal purposely lashed out at him sometimes. He stepped back into his room and closed the door, sitting at the desk again. This time, he was soaring through YouTube and Twitter comments, seeing what themes Thomas's viewers wanted incorporated into videos. It was a tiring process, and it required a full field of focus, but Logan found himself enjoying the task. Many a Thomas's fan had taken the chemistry between the sides, and there was many suggestions that seemed to make perfect sense. Logan noted them all down, trying to ignore the photos of cosplayers. Slap, 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 yeah, English. No, I did not mess up on my English. I'm just saying, Logan's trying to ignore the cosplayers, but they're so good. I haven't really posted any pictures of me cosplaying, but if you guys go back in history a little bit in my channel is only 2 weeks old, so you don't have to go back that far even to see my first video. I did cosplay as Patton to do a weird thing. There's a spider on my blankie. I really loved that. Oh my god, that was my favorite video. There's a spider on my blankie. No, my blankie's burning into a fiery pit of flames. Oh my god, I'm such a good Patton. But let me know who you want me to cosplay next, because I want to cosplay, but I don't know who to cosplay. Anyone from the Standard Size universe works. Even Remy, Dr. Picardi, any of them. It works. I could do it. Okay. Sorry for that little tangent. I kind of just went off. I'm having fun. Okay? Sorry. It still made him smile to think that there were people in that world that dressed up as him. He was not one for sentimentals, but it was enjoyable to browse the many pictures of fans who have wore the polos and neckties with pride. Many groups of friends dressed up as the sides together, but Logan found a particular enjoyment out of those who decided his look was best for singular photos. Of course, those cosplays were often overshadowed by the other three. Still, Logan indulged in the art and dressed up for longer than usual, something bittersweet clouding his judgment slightly. He just closed Twitter and was moving to YouTube when there was a familiar soft pop of someone appearing. "You missed lunch," Patton said, and Logan turned around to face him. Mortality held a plate, including a chicken and cheese sandwich and a leafy green salad. In his other hand was a small glass of orange juice. "I know you like a balanced lunch, so I thought I'd bring it to you." Logan smiled. It felt slightly awkward and unnatural, but it passed. Patton brightened and moved towards him, setting the glass and plate on his desk. "Thank you, Patton," Logan said thankfully, turning back to his laptop. "What you doing?" Logan wrote something down. "I'm gathering data from Thomas's fans based on deciding what to add to improve the success rate of future videos." Okay, I could Logan properly. Oh. Patton went quiet for a moment. Logan worked comfortably, taking the odd bite of food every now and then. "Hey," Patton said, suddenly giggling. Look, people are referring to our cartoon video in the comments. I guess they like the different style. Rowan pierced his lips thoughtfully. "Different style of character," he wrote. "Thanks for lunch, Patton," Logan said, keeping his eyes glued to the screen as he finished the glass of orange juice. "I apologize for not coming out of my room and missing today." "No problem," Patton said cheerfully. "I figured you were busy with something important. I'll leave you to it." Logan's fingers faltered as Patton vanished, and he stared at the screen blankly for a few seconds. A common theme he found amongst comments was immediately blatant for Patton. He found such moments often summoned the subtle hints that he wasn't such a robot when mortality was around. He shook his head slightly. He wasn't a robot. Well, I'm gonna fix my chair because I just kind of broke it during the last chapter. Just give me a second. How did I do it the last time? I didn't know I could do this. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, now I can get back, can't I? Okay. Whatever. The show must go on. Okay. Logan put away the laptop and let out a longer, bone-weary sigh. He'd been working all afternoon, drawing up plans and video prep for Thomas. The host was due to start recording soon, any day in fact, and Logan had the complete timetable and script planning setup. All he needed now was to give Roman the whole setup, and the royal would set the whole idea into motion. It was all very intricate, taxing work. He and Roman were the main two that put together video planning for their host, with Roman giving Thomas the creation, Logan refining it all and plotting it all out, and then Roman enforcing everything. It was a lengthy process, often why Thomas's video schedule lapsed regularly. But no matter, so long as it was completed. He still had much to do, though. He had paperwork to sort through, figures to run for when he claimed majority of Thomas's brain functions and guided his host through the finances and lifestyle currency. His workload has been inconsistent lately, with Thomas's fluctuating emotional state. Virgil had started it all, and Logan had been thrown off balance, causing him to act rather Dutchy. He felt remorse for his actions and his words, and intended to deliver an apology in the near future. But not yet. No, he couldn't confront that took away part of himself yet. He glanced at the clock. It was dinner, and he couldn't dare miss out on that as well as lunch. He didn't follow Roman's lead and disappear with a soft pop. Rather, he'd walked the long hallways, finding the simple movements easy and soothing, as his thoughts flitted from strange emotions to the fundamentals of their setup in Thomas's head. For example, they didn't need to eat or drink. They required energy, though, and Patton had been the one to suggest manifesting that same energy in the form of human food and drink, so as to help understand Thomas. If they ate like humans, allowed themselves to act like real people, then it amplified their understanding of Thomas's actions and his body's needs. Logan had agreed wholeheartedly, even if it had all seemed slightly redundant and tedious at the beginning. That his thoughts would jump through his memories and subject him to thoughts of what it had been like at the beginning. He recalled Virgil and Roman, and the rift that had separated the two for so long. He focused more on Virgil, though, his thoughts tinted with gray of his guilt. He walked faster, as if to flee the looming swell of emotions that threatened to drown his shield of logical thinking. "Logan!" Patton greeted happily, dishing something hot onto 4 plates. "I'm glad you can make it." Oh, God. Patton sounded like he was freaking 4. And a girl. Why? Why, VP? Why do you have to do this to yourself? Logan straightened his tie and sat at the table opposite with Roman to his right. "I apologize for being absent at lunch," he said, not really meeting anyone's eyes. "I had some work to complete for the next video." "I must say, the idea of changing character styles was quite interesting," Roman admitted. "Where did you get the inspiration?" I was looking through YouTube comments, and Patton pointed out that the fans seemed to enjoy the cartoon versions of us. I deduced that they would also enjoy another style change, if only for one video. It may also be beneficial to Thomas to face us like that, as it may very well bring to light something he would have otherwise missed. Roman pierced his lips. "You could have just said it'd be interesting." "Could have," Logan corrected. The rail stuck his tongue out, but before he could voice the... My grandma's watching the Bears game. Sorry if you heard that. He could voice the playful retort brewing in his eyes. Patton carried his 2 plates over, placed them in front of Roman and Virgil. "All right," he said brightly, beaming as Roman drooled over the steaming plate of spaghetti. I can't English, sorry. "Dinner is served." Glasses of water pooled in existence, causing the air to smell faintly like oranges for the slightest second before the pleasant scent faded and was replaced by the smell of their dinner. "This looks great, Pat," Virgil said, unable to look directly at Logan as the logical side started eating. Logan noted the hesitancy and suddenly found his appetite had diminished greatly. Now he just felt slightly nauseous. It was disconcerting, and he frowned down at the plate of food. His pleasantly nutritious meal turning sour. Neither Roman nor Patton appeared to notice the sudden awkward atmosphere and dug into the meal contentedly, chatting to each other easily. Virgil just ate quickly and quietly. I can't. It looked like the same word for just a second, as if he couldn't wait to get away. Logan ate slowly, finding that the food sat heavily in his stomach, and his head ached slightly. He made it through half the plate before setting his cutler down, finishing a glass of water, and pushing away from the table. "Please excuse me," he said monotonously. "I have some more work to do." Patton started to protest, but Virgil murmured something that let Logan walk away without anyone asking him to come back. He locked his door this time and worked until his eyes blurred. He slept fitfully. Well, as much as I want to go on, school's tomorrow and I want to take a shower and stuff, so I could just say that I'm getting you guys into the book. And plus, it's already at 23 minutes and I kind of don't want to keep reading. And I just sang a song. So, thank you guys for watching and do your best.